Hi, my name is Shinda Shred and the register number is UA15CS356. So the requirement for today is to create a simple web design using HTML5 only. So I've used the IDE NetBeans in order to make it easier. So first we start off with the title. I've chosen something scientific. I've chosen schizophrenia as the title, and it is given within the head tag, as it is quite obvious. Now coming to the body tag. I've given the background as bg1.jpg. Now this is the image that I want for the website to have as a background image, and this can be done by going to the site root, right clicking it. First you have to copy the image that you want to use for your website, copy it, and then right click site root, which can be seen here in the project column, and give paste, so that the image will be pasted within the website, within your IDE, and you can directly use it by just typing the name along with the type of file. So it is JPG file here. Next is the heading, the main heading of the website, which I've given under h1 tag, which is nothing but the heading tag. And heading tag is of 6 different sizes from h1 to xs, each varying according to the ascending order. So h1 is the biggest size of all, and I've given it. And inside, as you can see here, called the style. Style is nothing but a style sheet, which is an inline style sheet, instead of using CSS, which is the cascading style sheet, which can be used, which is an external style sheet, which can be linked to the HTML file. Since we are not using CSS in this video, we are just using the inline style sheet, which is nothing but style, and within double quotes, whatever style that you require can be given here. So here I've given the colors white, since the background that I've chosen is quite dark. And in the font family, whatever font you want your text to have, you can give the font that kind of font using the font family, and a close tag. Never forget the close tag. And since I want it to be the front and center of the website, I've used the center tag to keep it in the center. And the HR tag is nothing but the horizontal line tag, which produces a horizontal line after the heading. Next we come to the DL tag. DL tag is nothing but definition list, and definition list is used in order to display a definition. It has 2 other tags, subtags, that is DT and DD. DT is nothing but the definition term, and DD is the data, definition data. So within the DD tag, I've used something called Ruby tag. Now Ruby tag is generally used for phonetics, where the phonetics is in the bottom and you have the text displayed on top of it. So here, since I described the definition of it, I put it in the definition list, and since I want it in the I want to display the phonetics as well, as you can see here, phonetics of the word, I use the Ruby tag. Now once I show the output, you can see how the difference, how the phonetics is displayed. Now, the Ruby tag has a subtag called RT tag, within which I've used once again the style sheet, inline style sheet style, with the color and the font family and the font size. Font size, you can it differs. If you want the text size to be bigger, you can give, or smaller, you can give the required size, and px is in the pixel, just like meter, centimeter. Right. Then here you have the I tag, which is for italics, in order to display any text or sentence in an italic form. And yeah, and finally I've given close tag for every single tag that I've opened earlier, for the I tag and also for DL. And the next tag that I utilize now, next is a subheading. Now if I want a subheading and I don't want it to be of the size of the same size as that of the main heading, I go for the next heading size, that is H2, which is slightly smaller than the H1 tag. And here I've used the ID here. Now ID is a selector, and the main purpose of it will be explained later in the video. The style is used in order to change any kind of style for the particular sentence or a text. Then p tag. P tag is a paragraph tag which holds a large number of sentences, and here I've used it so that it displays a particular paragraph, and it is closed off with the ending tag /p tag. Then we go for B tag. B tag is nothing but bold, which makes the text that you require bold. And as you can see, I wanted this particular sentence to be in the form of a bold sentence. Next is the OL tag. OL tag is nothing but the unordered list tag. Ordered list tag lists the text or sentences or anything that you want in the form of an order. That is, it can be either 1, 2, 3 or in the Roman numerals or in ABC, anything, but in the form of an order. And it has this subtag called LI, which is nothing but the list tag, which is it accompanies every single ordered list and unordered list tags. And next we have the UL tag. UL tag is nothing but the unordered list tag. So unlike ordered list tag, it has bulletins, so that it doesn't mention the the order of it, just random bulletins. That's that, and it's also accompanied by the list tag, which is a sub tag for it. Next we create a table. Now a table is the table tag is not officially a HTML5 tag, but in this video we have used the HTML4 tag, which is the table tag, which is quite simple and easy to understand, and it is accompanied by two other subtags, which is TR tag, which is table row, and TD tag, which is table data. So now I want the border, that is the thickness of the particular table, to be slightly thicker. So I've given the border is 3. It totally depends on you. And the width, that is to what extent I want to extend the table size. So I've given the width here, and I also want the table to be in the front and center of my website. So I've given it as align center. The align tag is used. Next is the TR tag, which creates the table row. Only within the TR tag you'll have the data. Only after you create the rows you can add the data with it. So the TR tag is used for that, and the data are displayed. Next, I want two different rows to club together to make one huge row. So for that you use a row span, and how much ever rows you want to club, you just name it. So if I want the first 4 rows to get clubbed together, I give row span is equal to 4, making it one huge row instead of different compartments of it. And then we have the call span, which is similar to the row span, but it combines columns, it clubs columns together. And since I want I want only 2 columns to club together, I give number 2. So these are all the data that I've given within the table, with the call span and also row span and everything. And you have a close table tag, so that the table will be intact. Next is to add image. Now as you can see, now in the body we already saw that a background image is set using just the tag background, but here if you want to add an image within your website, not just for the background or the base of it, then you use the tag called image tag, IMG tag, as you can see here, and it is accompanied by another one called SRC, in which is the source of the image, and you just within the course you give the name of the image along with the type of the file. Now I want 2 images to be side by side, and for that I create a table again. I set the size of the table, and then I divide the table into 2 equal halves and paste 2 images. Now it doesn't matter if you want 3 images and you divide the table into 3 different halves. So that's what I've done here. The table with this 100%, so that it takes up the entire space, and then within the tr tag, inside the tr tag and within the td tag, I've given the width as 50%. Since there are two images, I give it as 50-50 equally divided, and the image is given with the styling that you require. Now in between, you can see a tag. This is nothing but an anchor tag, which is used for linking a particular URL to your content. Now here I want this image to be clickable, so that once I click the image, it goes to the particular link that I want to open. So for that, within the td tag, I use the anchor tag and use this particular companion of the anchor tag, that is href, within which the link that you want the image to open once clicked is pasted. And it's and within the a tag, within the a tag, the image tag is given, and you close it by the slash a tag, that is the closing of the anchor tag. So since I want two images to be displayed, I've given two different files, two different td tags, and then I want to add email and phone number, so that once the link is clicked, you can directly go to that particular email. You can send the mail to that particular person, or you can give a call to that particular number. So for that, I've once again used the anchor tag with the href here, and in order to give email ID, you use the mail to and the particular address that you want. And once the a tag is closed, you can give the mail ID which is required to be clicked, and you close the a tag, so that when you click this particular line, it takes you directly to the email address. In this case, since I've used Windows, it goes to the Outlook window. Next, in order to click a phone number, I use the tel tag, which is tel tag and the particular number to which you can contact. And in order to click something, you give a number here, so that it takes you to the particular phone number. Now I need to create a footer. It doesn't necessarily have to be a footer, but you can create something from at the bottom of the website, where you can click the subheadings, which will redirect you to that particular subheading. So, internal links, to create internal links. So for that, I create the table with the same 100% size, and since I have 4 subheadings in my website, I've divided into 25% each. So as you can see that similarly, and I create the tag, and I told you about the ID, the selector ID, which was previously used in a H1 tag, in a H2 tag. Now that ID is given here with prefixed by a hashtag. So, and the particular name which I want to give, the name of the subheading is given here. So once I click the particular subheading, it takes me to the subheading which is given in the website. So I'm just going to run this program that I've done, and you can see my website. So as you can see, the heading, that is a H1 tag, which is up front and center, and I've used horizontal lines in between the subheadings, so you can see the lines here. And this was what I was talking about, the Ruby tag. So as you can see, it has displayed above the term. Next is, this is a subheading for which I've used the H1 tag, H2 tag. So as you can see, the contents are displayed, and the texts are made bold, and also you can see the ordered list, which is displayed in, and the unordered list, which is in bulletins. Now the table. So as by the usage of col span and row span, you can see that 3 rows are combined and 2 columns are combined here. So this is the use of row span and col span in order to get a better look and better space for the table. And yeah, here you can see the image. These are clickable images which I've pasted, and you can see the cursor changing to click and here you can see the email. So once I click here, it redirects me to the email ID, that is Outlook or any other